Have the heat wave that's coming.
Ugh,
Heat dome.
I'm out
Is that
there
what
in
I
it,
read?
man.
Yeah.
It's not fun out there. It's
Heat
not fun.
dome. When I was in a similar industry, I would get everything done as quickly as possible when it was cool. And coast. And reverse it in the wintertime. Do the opposite.
Yep.
Wait for it to warm up, let the sun come out. You already know the game.
I tried to do the same.
Yeah. Attempts are made, and then save the emergencies for the unsavory hours of the day. So, because we are on Just Chatting so much, do you get recommended Just Chatting channels?
Every now and then,
Okay.
I do.
I get recommendations that are not safe for work, and I'm like, what did I do to steer? But I recognize the name, so it's almost like, have I looked at this before? I make sure I'm not a subscriber personally. Make sure I didn't subscribe to this individual with our account.
Most of the time, I'll just see the notification come out. It's like so and so is just chatting, or per your, per this or that. We think you'd like this, and it recommends this channel. Or
you've recently watched Just Chatting a lot because we have it up for 2.5 hours every week.
Yeah,
it's our most viewed content, right? Just Chatting. They should have.
I usually don't watch too. Huh?
They should have one for podcast. Like there should be but that Just Chatting thing is like a person in front of a podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe there's like some sort of a subcategory in Twitch we can get aligned with. Time and energy and money, right? Just like everything else. I thought I had a friend of the show, Charles Update. I thought he had sent me something. Cesar's banging the drum for River on Gears of War 2, so we might have to download that before too long. Why have we not gotten those on PC? Why is there no Gears? Are we going to get stuff like that, you think, with the new Xbox?
Oh, yeah, I've got Gears 2 up here.
Leash might be the wild card, but I know I have plenty of copies of Gears 2. I got 2 of those, the All Fronts collection. What was that?
I said it can't be that expensive. Let me just look while I'm on here.
I think I have spares. I need to go through some of my surplus and outfit you guys on essential titles that you need. Out in the
Gears of War 2 is that's 3. Oh, they're all the same price. So normally they're $11.99. Or if you still have, I'm assuming this is any tier of Game Pass, it's $9.95.
I wonder if it's on the Legacy.
1, 2, yeah, it's 1, 2, and 3.
All for $10 or each?
Each.
Okay.
$11.99 or $9.95 each. 4 and 5 are a little bit more expensive.
Yeah. No, when we were playing Gears 2, when we were playing the campaign, I think we both had Game Pass Ultimate. eBay has 1, 2, and 3 for that one's $32. That one's $38. They're not expensive games. $60. What is this person trying to do? I mean, 2 and 3 would be the get. Because 1, we can play on everything else, essentially.
Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3 up here on my 360. How
long to beat?
I may have 4 up there as well. I've got some stuff up there blocking some of those.
All right, Gears of War Judgment, which I have never played. I've never played Gears of War Judgment.
No.
Neither has Cesar. I've played all the campaigns with Cesar. And then myself, him, Mark's Knight, and Uno played 3. And then he and I played 4. And then he and I played 5. But we've never played Judgment. That might be a good stream. I've been craving World at War again.
Have you played? Try to go through it on veteran.
Oh, I don't know, all those fucking grenades.
Grenade City.
Yes, that's our back in the grenade nightmare. Have you played all the Gears campaigns?
I don't remember.
Sounds like you're doing a playthrough anyways.
At least, I think I've played through at least the first 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last one I do I don't even vividly remember. I remember like the plot twist and stuff. I remember getting Gears of War 3 when it came out, and like my friend came over because I just got it, and he mostly was PlayStation 3 anyway. But I was like, dude, you got to sit down with me. Let's run through this game, and we were tearing it up. It was so good.
Yes. The story in that one is peak storytelling.
It is very good.
Twist is excellent.
Maria.
Yeah. Dom Curious. The question in the new Gears is who's going to get the Dom Curious achievement when they play through. I think I got it for Gears Ultimate when Cesar and I played. All right, you ready to get this thing going?
Yeah, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 403 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game and Gears of War E-Day anticipation podcast. That's right. You came for video game news and what we've been playing and collecting, but instead you're going to get our heat level on our desire for Gears of War E-Day, which none of us have Game Pass. We have to figure out how we're going to be consuming Gears of War E-Day.
I may upgrade it just for that. I don't know, just for that, and Halo. That way, I don't really have to super dip in there.
With that, so that's July. Was it July and October? October's Gears. So like a month ago I did the 12-month thing, so I'm paid up for a year. So I don't know if I convert to that one, like is it going to give me 3 months of Ultimate or something?
I don't know.
I think we've kicked this around, but I think I'm going digital for Halo on PlayStation and just paying for the digital one. And I might do the same for Xbox on Gears. He's laughing.
Unless I didn't put it in the news, but here's a little pre-news. I'm your newsmaster, Brant McKee, by the way.
Yes, you have the leeway to make edits to the news as you see fit.
So today, as of this recording, the Elder Scrolls remaster Oblivion was announced for Switch 2.
That's right.
Yet again, just like they did with Indiana Jones, this is going to be the only version of the game that is full physical on the cartridge.
All on cart.
Didn't put the game on disc for PS5. I don't even think they made a physical version for Xbox.
I don't think it got one.
And yeah, we're getting a full physical for, I think the whole main game is on there, and then there's like additional download stuff for like a bunch of the DLCs and whatever else, cosmetics and whatnot. I saw something about.
I wonder if it's updated in any way, or if it still runs like it's not a great performing game, no matter what you play it on.
Well, they said it's a 30 frames per second on Switch 2. So
why is that?
That's already
30s. Why is that 30 FPS on Switch 2? That's bizarre.
But I saw somebody talking about how they were already in on it just because the print run for, and I didn't even notice this, they said the print run on the Indiana Jones game was actually kind of low. So
we saw Cesar imported it. So he got the Japanese one.
Yeah.
I believe there was a low print run. We were talking about Gears of War. I think there was a low print one on the PS5 version of Gears Reloaded. I got a physical copy of that. I don't even know if that one's all on the disc.
Well,
but it was super inexpensive when I picked it up. What does Oblivion, if you were to play on Series X, what does that 360 version run like? Runs great.
That's a good question.
We're starting to get to where the best version of Oblivion to play is the backwards compatible. Yeah, 60 frames per second. You can play Oblivion on Series X with graphics enhanced to 4K and the frames per second boost to 60.
Just buy the 360 disc.
You get those ugly ass people. Yeah, you get those ugly ass people, and like you don't get the same textures and like updated graphics and particle effects and everything, but it plays better, and that still might be the way to go. I was convinced I was going to beat that game, and I was playing on the ROG Ally, and I had it manageable. I probably had it at like 45 frames per second, and Game Pass ran out, so I don't know, like, how does that save file? It was Xbox Anywhere, so I guess I could pull it.
Yeah, you still got it.
I could pull it back down on the Xbox, but do I start it back over on Switch 2? Or I don't think it's one of those with like a universal, like a hub of some kind, like Call of Duty, where you can transfer your progress, cross save. Maybe it does have cross save.
So that was going to be my jab, is if they eventually put Halo Combat or Campaign Evolved on Switch 2. Is that going to be our only path to a full physical version?
Wow.
As well on Switch
2. Is that a day one purchase for you, Switch 2, if everything's on the cart?
I said it before. If
I think it is for me.
In most cases, if the game's full on cart, I am there for Switch 2.
You're down.
I said I wasn't gonna buy any Switch 2 key cards. I've bought very few.
I've got one or two.
Five. I know. Yes, because I dipped in on that whole Resident Evil collection. That 30th anniversary.
That was a pretty good SKU to get all three of those.
Yeah, and it was cheaper to get it as that rather than dip for all three.
Yeah.
So, and
it was only like $10 more than Requiem by itself or something. It was some crazy value. Yeah. It was really good.
And then the Final Fantasy Remake Rebirth. I got both of those as well.
Another good one to grab. I bought Star Wars Outlaws for cheap, the gold edition, because it ran really well, like really, really well. And I think I've got one more, but I can't recall right offhand which, if I got another one of those. Well, the actual news tonight, it's not Gears of War, it's not game key cards. Brant McKee, Newsmaster, has personally compiled all this stuff. GTA 6 controversy. Sony is taking your movies away, ? Spider-Man. Another Xbox price increase, ? Sony confirms Bungie layoffs. There's a lot more that's come out after that. I'm not sure Bungie's the greatest place on earth. They are not what they used to be either way, pedigree-wise.
No, yeah.
And D-Brand forced to cancel product. I'm one of your companion cubes, Richard Bergman, one of your co-hosts, joined tonight by fellow companion cube and Newsmaster Brant McKee. That's like the 5th Newsmaster reference. Take a shot every time you hear. As you listen to this 5 times, take a shot on your 2nd through 5th listen every time you hear Brant referred to as the Newsmaster.
Newsmaster.
Yep, Brant, welcome.
I am the Newsmaster.
Brant, back to Gears. What's your anticipation level?
I am the gatekeeper.
You're the gatekeeper? We're not a gatekeeping podcast.
I was trying to make a Ghostbusters reference. I am the gatekeeper.
I missed it. You're the Gozar. Gozar of NOFODcast. Was that Ghostbusters 1 or 2?
That was the first one.
First one. In the refrigerator?
Refrigerator, yes.
Portal. Let's get into this news. GTA 6 controversy. What do we have? This is from VGC and Chris Scullion, videogameschronicle.com. Rockstar confirms Grand Theft Auto 6 Ultimate Edition and pre-order bonuses as well as price. Oh, Brant, there's a lot to unpack here. What's the gist of this?
So,
is this the cosmetics?
We'll go over this.
Or is this the real physical
I'm
edition?
Go over this really, really quick.
So much outrage in the news.
Obviously, the game comes out November 20th. Is it November 20th? Yes. And if you pre-order before November 20th, you get a special vintage pack, which isn't it adds some like cosmetic stuff. But the biggest thing was the reveal last week that there are two different editions of the game. Like I had theorized and several other people had.
We thought it was
the
game
three.
Is
$80.
Oh, the standard one.
Yeah, the standard edition is $80, $79.99 here in the US. There is an ultimate edition available for $100. The controversy is that Rockstar confirmed later that the physical edition, you're paying $80 for a game case with a code in a box.
Hey, so it's a game key card. Oh, it's no key card. It's just a game key.
No, not even a key. Shoot, I can buy a blue case off of Amazon for like $12 or $14 and print off my own GTA cover.
Wait,
way less than $70 there.
Should we open an Etsy shop and do this and get ahead of all this stuff?
Gosh,
Brant, $1 million idea you just gave to the hundreds of listeners and viewers we have.
I've seen so many people talking about certain retailers are boycotting, they're not going to even stock the physical edition. Some places started taking pre-orders, and then because of the uproar of the lack of a true physical edition, stopped their pre-orders for the time being. And people were going back and forth with like the Rockstar chatbots on the web pages, and there was some reference made to the game will initially release on a key or on. We're back on this key card stuff.
And then eventually
a code in a box, and then will eventually see a true physical release. And people were talking about, well, that's possibly due to a lot of times games tend to leak out early, fall off a truck, break street date in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and Rockstar wants to completely get around that by not having a true physical disc at least released to stores, which, okay, I get it. And then, people were breathed a small sigh of relief for a second until Rockstar came out and said, no, we do not have any plans to release onto a physical disc at all at this time. So they could have read the room on that one and been like, hey, maybe we need to look into putting this game on a disc for some people. But instead they're doubled down there.
But it's not possible. It's not possible, right? Like there's no. It would be what, 3 or 4 Ultra Blu-ray discs.
Well, the thing is I haven't seen anywhere. I think it was Cesar that showed us that
the Xbox alleged file size.
Possible, file size. I haven't seen anywhere where there's been a confirmed file size. Yeah. Now, what he showed us was almost 680 gigs or something like that. I mean, you're over the standard original PlayStation's hard drive capacity.
Yeah.
So
you're cleaning out the fridge not to make room for GTA. You're cleaning out the fridge to make room for
you have to buy an SSD.
GTA.
You have to buy extra. You have to buy extra storage in some cases for these machines because it's not going to fit otherwise.
Because the OS and everything takes up a little bit of that space, right?
Yeah. So
What do
I
they
don't
do
know. It's
there? And
ridiculous. It's absolutely
we
ridiculous.
we want a physical
Trying
copy,
to,
right? We bang that drum every
yes.
week. Okay. It's not going to happen. How many sales are they cannibalizing by not? There's still a retail presence because it's a code in a box, right? I could still trade in my games to get this at insert nefarious Funko Pop dealing retailer here. So that works, right? That you haven't cut out your retail partners by doing that, or Walmart. Somebody's getting groceries at Walmart. They swing through electronics. There it is. They impulse buy it. That presence is still there, right? But what are they missing on by people with either, rural internet or data cap? That's a real thing when we got rid of the net neutrality stuff. I mean, some people will blow past the data cap. My ISP currently doesn't have one, knock on wood. I'm not sure about yours. But some people actually face that. So that would be, okay, do we not watch Netflix for 3 weeks because I have to download GTA? Do you take it to McDonald's and get on the Wi-Fi and try to pull down GTA 6? The McDonald's crossover? Hey, would that bring people in-store McDonald's? Come download. It's like, do you remember the Nintendo Wi-Fi? I don't think that was a direct. That was just me and friend of the show, Jay. I wonder if he remembers doing that. Me and Jay used to take our DSs to McDonald's and download stuff on the... They had like an advertise. It was advertised. Because we had Wi-Fi. It was a Nintendo Wi-Fi experience at McDonald's. They had like this certain summer or something. I wonder if he recalls that. I'll have to reach out to him. I mean, there's no downside to them having digital distribution, right?
No.
We want a physical copy, but what is that anymore? What is your physical? Do you buy GTA 5 on PS3 or PS4? Or PS5? Have you bought it?
No, I don't think so.
I bought it on all three.
I may have it on PS4. I'm trying to look over here and see.
I mean, what versions are on that disc? That's an outdated thing.
Things blocking.
You can't see it.
But I mean, a lot of these games now come on several different discs though too. So like I know this is only, it says a minimum 160 gigabytes, but nothing's from stopping them doing what Square Enix did, where you have the data disc and the play disc.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they did the same thing themselves on Red Dead PS4.
GTA 5 for 360 was like that. Not PS3, but it was for Xbox 360. I'm sorry.
So aside from alienating the retailers by actually giving a code in the box, most people are looking at it like, if I know I'm just getting a code, why would I even buy it if it's digital anyway?
Yeah,
might as well just go to the digital storefront if I'm gonna have to download it either way.
Those retailers are gonna run. They're gonna run specials because they can't alienate those. I mean, this isn't the argument it was 20 years ago or even 10 years ago, but that drives trade-ins. A big game would be coming out. You would get so many games coming in to go towards that. There'd be a promotion, trade 5 and get this, and that drives engagement. So I don't know if they work out things with retail partners. We've had both console makers, I think, out there, at least Sony, I believe it was. I can't remember exactly who it was, saying they don't have enough consoles ready to go in the market for the release of this game. Was it Sony? Did you read the same thing?
Yeah.
Or Xbox. There was all this bad news about Xbox. They're selling all the ones they have, apparently. Like, they're having trouble getting Xboxes out there from the component shortage. Like, they're going through some consoles. I still think that Series S is a pretty damn good. It was a really good deal. All of ours have appreciated in value too.
Yeah. For us, it's only been a plus. We can sell it if we want to sell it at a high price.
Yeah. You know the meme with I don't know if they're vampires from Twilight or something, but there's like 3 bougie looking pale dudes like looking out over a balcony, and it's always like, if you bought do you know the one I'm talking about? I think it's Twilight.
I know what you're talking about.
Like they're the old vampires.
I couldn't tell you.
We need to look that up on Know Your
But I
Meme.
know the meme. I know
Yeah.
the meme you're talking about.
It says like when you bought your Xbox, PS5, and Switch 2 at launch, and a gaming PC built before 2023 or something like that. People looking out over the peasants. There's some more outrage about like locked cosmetics and shops and stuff, right? That was the whole thing.
Yes. So the ultimate edition seems to lock certain features. There hasn't been any confirmation on. To me, reading through them, it almost sounds like there will be other options, just these are like a premium option, like there's only specific stuff. So it all seems to be tied to customization. So with the ultimate edition, you get um certain perks, like there's like certain vehicles and guns and some little looks as far as like for your character, just different clothes, different cars and things. But the other thing that the Ultimate Edition
Hmm.
lists is certain shops. So there's a mod shop
Hmm.
for your car to customize vehicles. There's a hair salon to customize your facial hair and regular hair as well, hairstyles. Um, there's a clothing store, another vehicle garage that like does, I guess, like off-road. It says specializes in off-road modifications, and a tattoo shop. Um, and it seems like there's like another little clothing store or something. So to me, it does seem like maybe there will be specific clothing stores, and then these will just literally for anybody who buys just the base game, you walk up to it and it goes boop, the little pop-up to access this, upgrade to the ultimate edition, because they said, you can upgrade to the ultimate edition at any time.
I don't know about this, Brant. This a
Yeah.
dangerous precedent.
So I'm really hoping that there are other options, because locking character customizations behind an ultimate edition is really shitty. Is super shitty.
And most
Uh
most it's usually a menu, right? This is a menu option. Does it just not
mhm.
render? Does it just not render in your game, or do you drive past it and it prompts you for that, or it just says closed and that's just
I
not
don't know.
available? Is that easy to ignore? Are they trying to capitalize on FOMO people? I'm throwing a lot of stuff. They're not all rhetorical. That's a
I
weird that's a weird precedent.
Yeah, I don't like any of it. And the problem is it doesn't matter. GTA is so big. So many people will gripe, complain, bitch, moan, whatever, and they'll still buy it. Um I am of the mindset now, with them doing absolutely no physical edition, I'm actually okay with not owning this one. If I want to buy it, eventually I'll get it on Steam. Um but as far as like buying it for a console that it's going to take up possibly majority of the console space.
Yeah.
I don't need a dedicated don't need a dedicated GTA 6 box. Um
Yeah, that's what it would if
and
those rumors on that size are true.
and once the game comes out, I would like to see what this if if it these specific customizations are locked out
Yeah.
to characters, or if it's like, oh no, you want to customize your vehicle, your characters, your guns, whatever. No, no, no. You give us that extra $20, please. Like, you've got to upgrade. There's no choice here.
You want to see the reporting on just how gatekeepy
Yeah.
that actually is?
Mhm.
Uh,
Cuz I'm like you.
it's
I don't even know
bizarre.
if they show up. Do they show up in the game, or is it like what I was like, are they there and
Yeah.
just dangling the carrot in front of your face?
It's like Madden, and the thing with DLC has always, even from the very beginning, I remember people saying like the horse armor, right? It always goes back to the horse
Oh,
armor.
yeah.
It's in the game.
Horse armor.
It's in the game. You're just paying to unlock it. They developed it. They made it for this title. They split it out so that you paid extra for it. With the EA Sports, they have like Ultimate Team stuff where you can try to buy players and take those players online in this Ultimate Team and stuff. But in game, like this is just a menu. Imagine in game if you're in Madden trying to pick a play and part of the playbook is locked out because you didn't get the Ultimate Edition. You can't run a slant or something like that. It's just bizarre. You love Metroidvanias. What if Alucard's the wolf form? What if the wolf form is hidden behind a $10 avenue of the castle? You could still play the game and beat the game with the other two, but where does that part go? And I don't know. And it's gonna sell like gangbusters. Why not just have the one Ultimate Edition for 100 instead of this in between? I'm with you though. I want to see what that looks like. If it's, I don't get bit by, I get bit by FOMO sometimes, but it's not. It wouldn't eat me up that I knew in the back of my head I didn't have access to a tattoo shop, like the pay and spray. Yeah. Remember the pay and spray from the old ones, like where you had to get there and get your car repainted to get the cops off of you.
Yep,
that would be
level gone.
Yes, it wiped it, didn't it? And they would be chasing you there. You would get in there, and they would leave you the hell alone as soon as that thing was painted.
Now imagine you pull in there, and every time you pull in there, the the pop-up window pops up, and it's like, pay $1.99 to repaint your vehicle and
backs you out to PSN.
Like,
yeah,
no.
$1.99 every time you want to do this, or the $20 unlockable, and then you get to shop every time. And we shouldn't be putting this stuff out there.
That would be crazy. No, that's not real. That's just a hypothetical.
It's nauseating to think about.
It's just that's the way we're heading. A lot of these game companies, they look at things, I swear, and it's and it's not just Rockstar. It's because I've called out a lot of Nintendo stuff. A lot of Nintendo stuff. I get so mad when you see a Nintendo game come out, from Pokemon to Mario Tennis. They did a lot with those sports titles on all with the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
In the whole Switch lifetime, you'd see a bunch of these sports titles, Mario sports titles, come out, and then a month or two later, it's like, oh, we're adding DLC, and sometime it was free, and sometime it was a paid DLC thing. And it's like, you guys already had that. If it only took a month, or you waited a month, you may have put a little bit more polish on it, or maybe it was buggy or something, and you ironed that out, but it was ready. You could have put that all together in the one package. But I swear they look at stuff and they go, well, that's really cool. What if we monetized that? What if we put this off to the side and monetize it? Because we've just got to make more.
Does it bug you less when it's spaced out? Like Nintendo was like a 6-month release schedule to like pad on, assuming you had beaten everything, and then you could pay for this extra stuff, rather than a day one launch SKU being split out by custom or whatever I'm trying to say.
I get it. I get it when they add content. And it has to be
that's your choice. That's your choice,
content.
Right? You're buying more Zelda. You're buying more Mario Tennis. This is day one and part of the game that you don't have access to, that they've already made.
It's like the trend now where it's like, oh, you buy the Ultimate Edition and you play it 4 or 5 days early or whatever it is. It's like, no, that's the actual release date.
Mm-hmm.
You're charging people more to play on the actual release date, and then you're just making everybody else that doesn't want to fork over that money wait a few more days.
Yeah,
that is,
and it's early access still already, so it's not like it's done anyways.
Yeah,
I did that one time.
Yeah, we pay for all these games, and half the time they come out and they're still unfinished.
Watch them do this with Halo, and it's just a campaign. It's just the story and the co-op story, and it'll be some sort of... Well, I'm buying it digitally, so it doesn't matter to me. I won't have to pop a disc in there and try to pull it down every time. I did... have you ever done the Ultimate Edition? Have you ever Have you ever done like splurged for the early release or play it 3 days early or anything?
No, none of this stuff in several generations have I had to go for these ultimate editions or anything like that.
Yeah.
I've bought special editions of certain games, but I was
Down the
more
line.
enticed
Yeah.
by um the physical offerings
Mm-hmm.
and everything in some of those physical editions. Um but shoot, even back in the day for like 360 and PS3, there were some games I bought like the big collector's edition of stuff, but that's the thing, is you actually got actual tangible things,
Yeah.
as well as sometimes you got some extra in-game perks for some things.
Yeah.
But
It was an add-on to whatever else you could tangibly get. It wasn't a driving
yeah,
factor. Or digital soundtracks. They started adding digital soundtracks, and I'm like,
yeah,
what are we doing here? I have 1,000 places to go find this digital music. I need a music CD.
yeah. You can literally type in whatever's music on your
Mm-hmm.
preferred search engine and find the whole list.
Yeah. Back to Gears again. Cesar and I both got the Gears of War 4 Ultimate Edition early. Remember when Best Buy was doing Gamers Club Unlocked? It was like 20% off all games.
Yep.
We were like, the hell with it. And it came with a nice, I think that had a steel book, but it was like a nicer looking one. And I took the day off for us to play that campaign. And we loaded it up at midnight, and something was wrong with the servers, and we never could connect to each other. And I
Oh,
learned then that was like, man, I think we got to it. Like, the anticipation is crazy through the roof at midnight. We've got it downloaded. We've done all the preparation. We're just waiting for that unlock. I've taken the day off. I got 2 young kids. It's like, that's me time, right? And the servers are borked and nobody can connect. And it was just like this major letdown. And we ended up playing it. Like, I think we went to bed and we ended up playing it the next day some point, but it just that took the wind out of my sails. And that was one of the days, like that was one of my early days, right? And I couldn't get in on that. And that was before, it had to be Gears 4 because that was before Game Pass. We played through Gears 5 on Game Pass, which was really good. That's a really good video game. Oh, they're doing so right by Gears as a franchise with all these like Fable missteps and Halo missteps, and Forza Horizon there's not a bad Forza Horizon game, but they've done right by Gears all the way through. They're so good. Is that it for GTA 6?
yeah.
I don't think I'm day one in this either. I think that I'm gonna apply I haven't beat Dragon Quest 1 through 11. I haven't beat GTA 1 through 5. I think I can apply that
Right.
same. I still have a great video game that I can play through at any time that I have access to. The Bond. I don't need the new Bond game. I have 19 other James Bond games I could play. And James Pond, one of Cesar's favorite series.
What about James Bond Jr.? You got to play that one too.
What was that? Is that a Genesis game or Genesis and Game Boy and Super Nintendo era?
That's something like that.
James Bond Jr. Brant, we're talking about going digital with these purchases. That's safe and guaranteed, right? We're gonna have those licenses forever and ever.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe, maybe not. This comes from Andy Robinson at VGC, VideoGamesChronicle.com. Sony is deleting over 550 purchased movies from PS5 users' digital libraries. They are all from production and distribution firm Studio Canal. Will be removing from PlayStation users' video libraries due to the end of a content licensing agreement. 550 movies. In messages sent to users on Friday, Sony confirmed that those affected, quote, will no longer be able to access your previously purchased content. The company made no mentions of refunds or compensation. Studio Canal distributes a wide variety of video content on PlayStation consoles, including movies like Evil Dead, From Dusk Till Dawn, and Terminator 2 Judgment Day, and TV shows such as The Young Pope and Trust Me. Trust Me. Oh, boy. Studio Canal, I guess, is not a huge. Again, though, it's a bad precedent, right? This is not a good.
Yeah.
The story goes on to note the Sony announced they were going to close the PlayStation Store on PS3 Vita and PlayStation Portable 5 years ago. That outrage was 5 years ago, and that thing is still up and running. I bought some PS3 games, 2 weeks ago off that store?
Yep.
I loaded the wallet, which was shockingly easy. It should not be that easy to load the wallet for PS3 digital purchases. But yeah, they could take that. I mean, I'm most likely going to download it on a PS3 and pray that PS3 never dies, but even those are going to go the way of the dodo at some point. Not a good precedent. Brant, in the article notes, journalist Brittany Vincent argued in a VGC column at the time that, quote, the games industry needs to increase its effort for preserving video games before more titles are lost to time. That is why you hear us banging the drum of owning your games and physical copies of stuff on here. This is the reason why. That stuff can be removed whenever they decide. Anything else on that, Brant? Are you affected by this hit?
No, no. I typically, if I want a TV show, surprise, surprise, I go for the physical. I lean toward the physical Blu-ray DVD.
And it's better quality. Streaming the data off the Blu-ray disc is better than streaming the data off of a online connection.
Oh yeah,
majority of the time, especially in audio, that audio bit rate is always higher on a physical media.
Yeah, most. Just word to the wise. I know I saw it on a video that most places that you stream your specifically at least the video, there was very few specific use cases of, like, I want to say it was like if you're using Safari or something like on a MacBook that you actually get better quality, but for the most part, even if you're paying for like the 4K tier of Netflix or something, no matter where you're streaming it from, the tippy top quality you're gonna get is usually the highest is gonna be 1080p.
Yeah.
Maybe like it can dip a little bit, but like it will. you're throwing your money away because most of the being streamed, you're not getting true 4K, and then like not even touching, like you said, the audio. The audio is way more compressed.
Insane. Rarely Atmos, or if it's an Atmos mix, it's compressed.
Mm-hmm.
Most TVs or players, I know I check on my Blu-ray player because I want to make sure I get the 4K signal going through right, and it'll tell you what bit rate it's pulling down as it plays, and you need to see like a good 4K is going to be 40 to 80 megabits per second, and just think of that going through your internet. You're not pulling that down, and then the audio is going to be, I think it's like 5 or 6 megabits, and then usually on streaming it's about 1. And then the video is about 5 to 10. So look at this stuff. If this stuff matters to you, look at it on your TV. Find out how it looks on your player. Find out how that, see if it affects you. I run my kids through it. I'm trying to indoctrinate them. I think I talked about this when we were doing our Stranger Things watch, right?
Yeah.
They're like, Dad, we watched the first season on Blu-ray. I didn't have the 4K. I just had on Blu-ray. And then the second season we switched to streaming. They were like, Dad, we had to bump up the tier of Netflix. They were like, this isn't good. And then we hit the ads, right? And they didn't like that. So, oh boy. More good news. Brant.
Oh,
those Series S's and X's we talked about.
Oh, they're finally going down, right? In price.
Sure. Brant, we've been playing video games all our lives. We know that the longer the console is out, the cheaper it gets.
It depreciates, or they discount it to move it.
Like those GameCubes I sold for $100. Yeah, exactly. And to make them more accessible and to sell more software.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Nobody's buying software. People are buying these consoles and playing Fortnite and Apex Legends, and that's it on there. Coming from the guys playing Old Man Halo every Saturday night that they purchased 10 years ago on Xbox One.
But yeah, Richard is referring to yet another price hike that Microsoft is implementing starting August 1st. They're raising the price of the Series S and X by $100 for the 512 gig models, and 150 for the 1 terabyte models. But wait, you ask, what does that mean for the 2 terabyte model? How expensive is that thing getting? Well, it would probably be too damn expensive, which is why they're just discontinuing it altogether.
Steam Deck. That thing will be or
So
Steam Machine. That thing will be $1,000 guaranteed.
yeah, easily. So this does break it down. The cheapest Series X 1 terabyte model without a disk drive will retail for $750, while the disk drive model will retail for $800.
I forgot
Whereas
that
if
they had the diskless X.
yes,
I totally forgot.
The 512 gig Series S models you have will cost $500, which that used to be the budget tier Series S, where the 1 terabyte is now $600.
I remember those things
Oof.
being $200. The Series S was like $200
Right?
at holidays on sale. Did you ever get a Series S? Do you have one of those?
No.
It's a very capable machine. That became like the second Game Pass machine. It's in my room upstairs. I've got the 1S hooked up down
Let's
here to
see.
the plasma. I just glanced over there. I was like, the 1S.
The coolest thing I ever saw anybody do with the Series S was that person that I can't remember if they started a Kickstarter or what, but they had that little like foldable screen and basically just made it like a tiny little portable desktop Xbox portable, just take it wherever.
Yep.
It's like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Man, this is
of
wild,
course,
wild, and it's only going to go up. This is
this price and increase is again blamed on the component crisis, which I don't know if you heard, but there were I'm trying to see. There was somebody that's actually suing the top, I guess, 3 RAM manufacturers in an alleged price fixing and supply scheme leading to price increases. So
what are they going to try to do? Force like a certain percentage of ones produced go to? But it's all a race, right? Like if a data center's offering you this amount and your Xbox or Sony, you're not touching those levels, either one of them.
Yeah, this person they're suing Samsung, Hynix, and Micron for allegedly fixing the supply. And I mean, I saw something the other day about Micron specifically. Obviously, they've kind of backed away from the retail market for regular consumers, but they still do, I guess, a little bit for. I don't know if it's regular electronics or some of these console manufacturers or what else they produce it for, but 70% of their supply has already been allocated for 5-year deals to whatever data centers. So that means the last 30% is only for whoever the F can afford it out there.
No
and
way.
That limited supply is going to drastically increase the price. Obviously, you need RAM nowadays in everything: phones, computers, laptops,
Watches.
cars, like there's almost everything. I'm sure smart fridges need RAM. So
yeah.
It is ridiculous. I doubt they will. I was watching somebody kind of go into it. They were somewhat doubtful that that this case could move the needle. It would be pretty hard to prove what they're trying to prove, but I don't know. One can only hope. One can only hope that it does something, or at least the AI bubble pops soon. I think that's what we're all waiting for.
Those Series X's when we bought them were $499. They were $500, and now they're $799. 5 years later,
And I've got I don't even remember what size it is. I bought the one of those little expansion carts.
Mm-hmm. How much is that worth
it.
now?
I was about to say,
yeah,
that thing's probably $1,000.
Yeah, I floated to Cesar half.
Sell that whole. Yeah, we could flip them, man.
I floated to Cesar. We keep playing Old Man Halo, and that's all we're using Xbox for. I could potentially go back to my 1X and play 4K Halo and chat with you guys and play on my bottom tier of gold. It's some game. Well, Game Pass Essential is what I did.
Core, yeah, Essential.
Which
I've changed it now, so
which I think
it's Essential.
Plays all the games in that catalog. I think the 1X will play everything in there. I don't think anything's like a console exclusive.
Even if you can't technically play it, you can more than likely stream it to the console.
Yeah, you could do that too. I forgot that's an option. So that's a decent chunk of change.
The only thing I worry about is I didn't put it in news, but there is that rumor floating around that Microsoft is not or has pulled back on doing signing Game Pass deals
with third parties
to new studio. Yeah.
Including, it was confirmed today that IO Interactive fantasy game. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, Bloomberg confirmed it. I'm assuming Jason Schreier. It's not looking good, man. I'm playing more old school games than ever. I don't know. Maybe this is what I needed. I'm not spending money on this garbage. I'm not chasing these diminishing returns anymore. Does a PS5 Pro get more enticing in this scenario? Future-proofing wise, seeing as
I don't know,
as far as PS4 support was included for first-party releases come the PS5. Like, I probably would have been fine with the PS4 Pro for quite some time.
Yeah.
Until some of those games I was talking about, like Ratchet and Clank and Final Fantasy 16.
But you had a Steam Deck. You could have. Apparently, that thing runs great on Steam Deck. So
eventually came to those. Yeah, we were sold on Ratchet and Clank having that SSD for the
yep.
It just plays off of the SSD in the Steam Deck just fine. Oh god,
people put it on mechanical drives, and it was working just fine.
Oh, it played on mechanical drives.
Yeah, once it came to PC, people were trying it with old HDDs. Yeah, it was surprise, it still worked.
Great optimization. We're gonna give Nix's some points there on the PC optimization.
Yeah.
Right. Oh god, more. We got to get better news. This is just video game industry news. Is just not great forever, never. Everything's more expensive. People are always getting laid off. Studios are getting closed because CEOs make too much money in these tech firms. This comes from Chris Scullion at VGC, VideoGamesChronicle.com. Sony confirms it's laying off, quote, most of the Destiny team and, quote, some Marathon devs. Update, Bungie studio head has also departed, according to reports. Justin Truman. I don't even know that name. Oh, he succeeded Pete Parsons last year. The news was broken by the Destiny 2 studio in a statement on Twitter saying, quote, with great sadness, we are announcing a reduction of force as we reorganize Bungie, end quote. Essentially, they're scaling back on both of those, which was confirmed by Herman Holst, who is Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO. And it turns out, according to Bloomberg, that Destiny 2 was only ever profitable for like brief spurts, despite the great content that came out and the consistent like seasons and expansions and all that. And then apparently the income was mismanaged when they did have an influx in cash. So This is from the studio heads that just buy cars randomly, like exotic cars, as they reward themselves bonuses. And I believe it was Bloomberg that pointed out they built a huge 200-something thousand square foot headquarters, like brand new when they didn't really need anything new. You didn't see that piece?
I didn't see that.
So they said what we talked about last week or 2 weeks ago. Destiny 2 was kind of wrapping up. The final major content update, Monument of Triumph, was released on June 9th, according to the article. But Sony kind of doubles down on Marathon here. They kind of state that it remain here. Marathon remains, quote, Marathon remains an important part of our portfolio, and we will continue to support the team as they build on the strong foundation established in season 1 and 2, and as they work on incubation efforts for future projects. While it's still too early to discuss, we are encouraged by the creativity and opportunities that lie ahead, end quote. We also know they did not jumpstart development on Destiny 3. I think that's gone the wayside. Did we drop back into Destiny? Do we start playing Destiny 2 now? Is that our new online shooter together? All those expansions and stuff would be pretty cheap by now.
Yeah, they should be.
Article goes on to note, since Bungie was acquired by Sony in 2022, they've just had round and round and round of layoffs, including Destiny 2, poor player retention. It's just nonstop cost-cutting plans across the industry. But Sony's never sold more PS5s. It's like the best-selling PlayStation to date, pace-wise. Coming off the highly successful PlayStation 4.
But they still believe in their live service games, and they're not planning to take significant loss on PlayStation 6. So
that thing's gonna be $1,400.
I'm about to say all these other things that just keep coming out. And Xbox, we'll find out what the heck Xbox is doing, because all those studio layoffs that possibly coming down the pike, and there's even more rumblings of what was Undead Labs and Arcane also probably might be on the chopping block as well. So
tonight on Game Studio Chopping Block.
Terrible gaming news lately, just nonstop.
We need some positivity. I think I whined about how much news was in the E3 episode, and it was like all exciting stuff. And now
that was the good stuff.
It was. It's all downhill from there. It's all been depressing.
If you do want to feel good, the latest reveal for the last group of characters coming to Marvel Token, whatever, was revealed. Give it
some good ones in there.
Give it a watch.
Okay.
They are adding, for the sake of posterity for the show, I'll do this here. I'm reporting as Newsmaster. Here we go, Newsmaster. Take a shot.
Live from the studio floor.
They are adding Loki.
Okay.
Blade. And last but certainly not least, Deadpool, who is being voiced again by the great Nolan North. And Deadpool's part in that trailer is very, very, very good. Lots of nods to other fighting games and other things as he appears on screen. Oh, yes. I think you'll like it.
That's excellent. Blade. I'm excited for that Blade game that's coming from Arcane Studios. Too soon? Too soon, Brant?
Hopefully we see it. Hopefully it comes out.
Blade. As it gets the knife from Blade gets the knife from Microsoft. I don't know where this goes. I don't know where we're headed. It can feel so promising and then just so uncertain, like all the cool stuff we saw from Microsoft, and then we find out in the weeks following that E3 that it's just they were just peddling these studios, like trying to drum up, letting them showcase their work.
Basically, our prospectus, so you can please buy these. Look how please look how good these look. Please buy these studios from us.
Go out there and parade your show horse so these people don't lose their jobs. I can't stand it. Oh, it's not good. It's not sustainable. It's not. This doesn't work, and it only works for Nintendo. Like Nintendo's the only one firing on all cylinders. And Steam. Okay, so we'll
full steam ahead.
Yeah, full steam ahead. Well, that's pretty good. We'll derail for a second. I applied for a Steam machine. I was like, sure, I'll enter the lottery. Let's see what happens. I can get one. They sent me a thing to close the deal on a Steam machine. Yeah. So I did. I guess this is where we are. I looked on eBay. I was like, how much are people actually doing? How much are people flipping these things for? And it's the profit margins.
Some people are flipping them for a lot more, but honestly, not terribly.
Profit margins, a couple $100. I've got 2,000 Steam games. I have no interest in being banned. The Steam Deck play. We're gonna do that for a long time. The Steam Deck plays everything that I could want it to. I have no issues with that. It's paid for. I don't have to get another thing. So I guess you get an email that says, "Hey, you've been selected for." I did this Steam Machine 512 gig with controller, and it's like it's waiting for you to check out. And I'm like, I had to go look for it because I saw somebody on Threads that was talking about it. So I followed the link, and it's just in your cart. You just go to Steam, and it's in your cart. Like I've got 2 games from the summer sale. I've got Shredder's Revenge and some sort of DLC for Sonic Mania. So my cart was like $9.50. Now it's $1,200 something dollars. But it's just it's sitting there, and the email tells you like you've got 3 or 5 days to check out. And I'm just gonna let that coast through. I will not be Steam machining it. I can't justify it. But it'll free up. Like I like the way they're doing this, and it'll free it up for somebody. But I don't know. The more doom and gloom we talk about is that Steam machine suddenly not so bad of a value at that cost. If it only gets worse, but I've got to play it for the next 2 or 3 years, right? Like that's gonna be the thing for the next 2 or 3 years. I don't know. I'm not gonna spend as much on new. I'm playing more old games again. I think that's how I'm gonna survive the cycle.
Yeah.
Was that it for Bungie? I hate it for these Bungie employees.
Yeah. But speaking of the Steam machine,
ooh, I can't wait to get a case for mine that I'm not ordering.
Oh, it was much more than a case, sir. D-Brand did a whole line. So it was the case. It came with like a little pressure sensitive button standy and a D-Brand skin for the Steam controller that like was very Portal themed. It was like kind of that faded like white and the haptic touch pads had like a little like blue and orange.
Yeah, they look like the Portal
bit
ring
to them
things.
as well. Yeah, so it looked very cool. It was very nicely themed. In typical D-Brand fashion, though, they apparently didn't check with Valve before they did this. So, this comes from Chris Scullion from VGC.
Got one of our favorite certificates of unauthenticity.
Yeah. So more than 15,000 people up for notifications on this thing and then pre-orders went live for this companion cube case and everything. But they never asked Valve if they could use any of that licensing.
Ew.
And it was one of their fastest selling products in history, apparently.
Why did they not just work with them and give them a license? Like, make them bank on this thing. Hey, give us 10% or whatever that agreement is.
And shortly afterward, Valve's legal team reached out. They of course, rightfully said that the companion cube is Valve's intellectual property. Dbrand doesn't have a license to use any of these images or likenesses of these things.
Damn.
So they had to take everything down and start issuing refunds.
Oof. After selling a shit ton of these things. So I thought when I hear game case, I think it's like, when you buy a Steam Deck, they ship you the case with it. You get a case with the game.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a carrying case thing for the GameCube. I didn't know it was it was a whole thing. It's a game skin type thing, like you would see on old PS2s and Xboxes with like tribal tattoo and flames and stuff. Edgy early 2000s console skins. Smash Brothers, always see that Smash Brothers GameCube skin floating around. That's interesting. I did not see this coming, and I also assumed they had a license. Who went after them before? Didn't Dbrand get in some... Was it Nintendo they got in some hot water with?
No. Well, yes. Technically, I think it was Dbrand got in some hot water not too long ago with Nintendo because they had...
They showed off Switch 2 Dimensions early or something, right?
That was Genki. That was Genki. That company.
Yeah.
That made like grips and things. But yeah, they basically had like a whole 3D printed 3D mold. Scan of a mold of it out there on the floor, showing off like accessories and other grips and things, cases for it. Weeks before the actual reveal of the thing.
Which is how we find out
in trouble.
We find out these things early, or we know what the new iPhone looks like because schematics have been sent to developers of accessories and products and all that, and they got to know what fits and the dimensions and how far the camera lens sticks out and that sort of thing.
No, Dbrand got in trouble and then proceeded to say, screw you, we're going to give Sony the middle finger with the faceplates for the PS5.
That's
when
right.
It originally came
That's out. Right. And they look good. Those were good looking faceplates they came out with.
They were good looking faceplates, and then they wound up just basically shaving it down to be more in line with the overall form factor. Rather than to come up and extend above the grates. And there was that whole big hubbub with Sony, and I can't even remember what they changed. They did something really tongue in cheek, like with the name of them too, and something like that. But when it comes to Valve, it's like, no, we're just sorry, we goofed up. Sorry.
Work with them though. Like Portal's kind of synonymous with this thing and with this platform. I would say work with them somehow.
Yeah. Their very first question should have been like, okay, look, we're sorry. Yes, we should have gotten the license. What's our licensing process? What can we do? Let us go ahead and apologize to people that already pre-ordered it, say it's going to be delayed, and let's work together because it's obvious people want this. Let's strike a deal. Let's make a deal here.
You would think. And they've been cool. You remember Black Mesa, or have you bought that? I think it plays on Steam Deck. It's like a mod of Half-Life. It's like the whole Half-Life 1 campaign that somebody just made, and they had Valve's blessing for that. So, or maybe they're wanting to do a Gabe Cube, companion cube accessory themselves, and that's what came up. Not sure. It's a licensing thing. Everything's money. Good product.
Yep.
Are any of those out there? Are they going to be like, is this going to be the NBA Live 2011 for PS3 that's $1 billion?
I remember seeing certain tech influencers show this thing off even before they started reviewing the Steam machine.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's something that they actually went to Dbrand's headquarters and had hands on, or if it was something that Dbrand sent out with them just to showcase in a video. And then that, it's one of those models. It's like, okay, we're sending it to you. Then you have to pack it up, send it back to us, or, and they send that one little thing out to, several people
Yeah.
rather than like, hey, here's one for free, kind of thing. But it would be pretty cool if, I'd be one of those content creators if I had it on my shelf. Oh, I guess USPS lost it. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Brand new
Keep
eBay
it in the
account.
back.
Super collector's
Keep
item.
it on the shelf.
Yeah.
Yep. And years and years later down the line, oh yeah, I found this at a garage sale. This is crazy.
Like that PS1 Super Nintendo prototype.
Mm-hmm.
We need to change that nomenclature. It needs to be like deck and machine if that's what we're gonna do. It's weird because I
Yeah.
keep tripping over. I'll start with Steam and then I trip over one or the other. It's like we didn't keep going with Nintendo Game Boy. It was just Game Boy. Nintendo Entertainment System. I guess that was NES. Is this a Steam Entertainment System and the Steam Boy? We're gonna go with the Steam Boy. I bet somebody's made a boot screen with that on it. I'm sure.
Oh, more than likely.
Steam Boy. Steam Boy. That means we might one day get a Steam Boy Color and a Steam Boy Advance and a Steam Boy SP.
Steam Boy Pocket.
Steam Boy Pocket. Steam Boy Pocket. How much would you pay for a Steam Boy Pocket? A smaller 4x3 device that plays a bunch of indie games, brand games.
Hey, I mean, that's what a lot of I've been playing with a lot of these different handheld devices. That last operating system that I was messing with, Rocknix. I think I didn't notice if it's on any of their stable updates, but definitely on like the nightly updates.
Yeah.
The experimental builds. People are able to install Steam on those things, like just a small little Steam thing, and it boots up basically what like is Steam Big Picture mode. And smaller indie titles usually work pretty well on those things. Like sometimes you get weird bugs or glitches, and other times you don't. But it's early software integration, so.
And that's going to get better and better with this most recent Steam OS update. Lets you turn any of those devices into a Steam OS machine. It's Linux native, but as we know, like open source code, when that stuff gets out there, people start picking that stuff apart and creating these ports. And I know you've dealt with this before, but there's something that you can buy, like a Linux version or an Android version of something, and it runs really well in these things, like you were talking about, like Sonic Mania. And there's like a native port version. What are those called?
It's literally just I'd messed with it before. It's this thing just called Portmaster, and it's literally there's certain games that do specific Linux ports. You have to already own a legitimate copy of that game because you have to access like those specific game files and move them over. But you literally go to it, click the game you want to switch over. It downloads the
patch or DLL
the Linux files that whatever it is that it needs to convert that game over, and then you just source the necessary game files, because it'll tell you. It's like, go into the game files and copy this in this folder over. That's it. And so, but it just works, man.
It's like one step maybe removed from what was the Windows one called, Wine, and then like the Proton stuff that we run on Steam Deck, kind of like a compatibility layer. But it's one step further, but it's a native version at that point, right? Portmaster.
Oh, that Proton stuff is great.
Yeah. And they're releasing updates for it all the time, adding compatibility for certain things. Excuse me. Man, you're talking me into a Steam machine. I got a countdown. It's like 36 hours remain.
You're having the 24 ticker go. Dude.
Our new budget constraints kick in July 1st, so it could potentially go out with an absolute bang. I may end up homeless. I may be crashing on your couch, but I would be a legend. He went out big. We both have a Steam machine. This is win-win. We both have a Steam machine. If I get, if I have to relocate,
let's both finance a Steam machine.
Co-finance.
Go in together. Yep.
I tend to not play a whole lot of games by myself, so it wouldn't be a horrible scheme, except for the whole
go into a bank, get a loan for a Steam machine.
Yes, I'm here for my Steam machine financing. I'm surprised they didn't do something like that. I mean, you could pay with PayPal though, and PayPal has its own financing benefits there.
Yep.
All right, is that it for news? All the depressing news?
That's all the news.
We made it fun at the end. It wasn't so bad.
Yeah. Games played, games acquired.
We did not play any Old Man Halo Saturday. I guess it just got to be too late. I know I reached out to everybody, and by the time I read your response, it was the next morning. I was out. But I didn't say
I had been out and about, had to drive here, there, and everywhere.
Did you do any game hunting?
No, I had to go see a relative. So
gotcha.
Went to go see my sister, and that's like over an hour drive there, and then we're there for several hours, and then over a drive back. So
to poke.
I know you texted, and I looked at it for a minute, and I was like, and then I eventually texted back, and I was like, all right, he's got like 15-20 minutes, and if he doesn't, I'm going to bed because I'm tired.
Gonna see if anybody bites. That's what it's all about, to see if anybody bites in that thread. I don't think Bleach even saw it either. I think Bleach was out.
No.
I have a cool story. It's not so much games played as me providing games to play. We had a party that same Saturday, and we're hosting some people. And some of our friends had not seen some of the old games I have. And like the sports games were a huge hit. One of my friends has 2 younger children, and they're apparently super into sports games. So like the old Maddens with Michael Vick on the cover and stuff, that was like, oh, check this out. And their dad was like, I used to play this football game on 64, Blitz. Do you have Blitz? And of course I'm like, yes, that is one of our most favorite N64 games. And I was like, they even made a ROM hack, and they added last year's rosters. And he's like, there's no way. So of course that lends. I've already got the summer cart in the 64 here, and there's 2 kids. I'm like, okay, they got to play this. So we're telling them about this old football game. Dad wants to see it. You just got to do this. So here we go. We fired up. The CRT's there. Dad's like, oh man, you got the old TV to play it on and everything. It's like, yes, this is essential. And it fires up, and you see NFL Blitz 2005, and it's got all the rosters on there, and you're picking a quarterback, and it's all the most recent ones. And the kids, like, they think it's cool, but Dad's super impressed that it's like this old thing brought forward, you know? And then they're holding these sweet summer children. They're holding the 64 by this outside paddles. And I'm explaining to them, like, no, you gotta hold the middle one. That's how you move the character. And then they're like running super slow when they finally play, and it's like, no, gotta hold the Z button. And they're looking all over. They're like, where is Z? I don't see it anywhere. So they'd never played an N64 before. And by the end, they're putting codes in. They're getting late hits. They're balling out. I think they played 3 rounds of Blitz. Me and their dad left them, and they played. They were talking trash to each other when they came upstairs, and I was like, yes, we did it. That's awesome. So it was just just a cool moment. I was like, y'all have to come back, get Dad to bring you back, and y'all could play some of the old Maddens and stuff like that. Whatever y'all want to get into, it's here to play. That's my idea of a good time. Did I have something else on that note? I feel like I did. Fun sharing the N64, man. That was freaking sweet. I didn't play any more Bond. Games acquired. I've only got a couple. I'll hand it off to you. I got a lot off of eBay. And what I was after, I've got the new Star Wars, what are they calling that thing? Star Wars Galactic Racer. Myself and friend of the show, Mark's Knight, always loved the N64 one, the pod racing N64 game, and came out for Dreamcast. I grabbed that one. I've got Super Bombad Racing for PS2, which is like the chibi characters and stuff flying around. But I did not have Star Wars Racer Revenge. So I kind of took a gamble on this one, and I sent you a picture of that case that came in. It was beat to hell and back. But the disc is okay. I haven't tried it yet. But it's by... I got all the ATV Off-Road Furies a couple weeks ago. It's by that same studio. It's by Rainbow Studios. Yeah, which was kind of mind-blowing.
Okay.
That when you and I were talking about it, that might have led me down the path of like, oh, okay, I need to grab this one. This was re-released on PS4 by Limited Run, I think, is who made it. It's very expensive because you can hack a PS4 with the disc. Yeah. You have a copy?
Yep. There's an exploit. No. I just know it's very expensive for that reason.
Cesar was telling me he has a copy. He's like, I got that Limited Run one. I was like, man, hold on to that thing. It is still sealed. Trade it for a Steam machine. But the other two that came in with that lot, and sometimes it's cheaper, like, I'm rolling the dice on this. These are just throw-ins, and I didn't have them, so I was like, sure, that's fine. And I think these came in some sort of bundle back in the day, because they're both by Crave Entertainment. 2 racing games. Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift 2 for the PlayStation 2 and Snowcross 2 for the PlayStation 2. Okay. I kept this one in the original case. It wasn't that bad, but I also case swapped this Snowcross 2 because it looked kind of rough. And both of these are scratched like pretty bad, like coaster type scratches. I need to eventually invest in some sort of rebuffing thing, but yeah, they were kind of throw-ins, and it's like I might as well get 3 games for the price-ish of the one that I was actually after. That's my collecting tip. I've ended up doing that over the years. Don't go after just one thing. See if there's a couple other that are thrown in there. Maybe watch that and see if they throw you an offer. But I definitely want to try out this Star Wars Racer Revenge. I like these games. There was a preview event or something. Was it The Verge that looked at that Galactic Racer? They said it was a combo of Episode 1 Pod Racer and Burnout. And I was like, oh, shit.
It's made by the Burnout people. Like, a bunch of ex-Burnout people were there. So it's going to be a good-ass racing game.
Brant, that pedigree is kind of tempting. I'm trying not to buy these new games, and that sounds promising. We might have to keep our eye on this one. I don't even know when that's coming out. But yeah, I think that's it.
October.
Star Wars Galactic Racer. Release date.
I had to look this up the other day.
October 6th, 2026. You're absolutely right. And is that coming out on PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC?
Yeah.
Story-driven campaign and 12-player online multiplayer mode. As I'm trying not to buy new games. As I'm buying old Star Wars racing games. Brant, that's it for me. Playing some old school Blitz with some youngins. And collecting old PS2 racing games for absolutely no reason.
All right. I'm going to start off with my games acquired. So first up, I've got Once Upon a Katamari for
all right. Switch. I've been wanting to play that. It hasn't really dropped in my price wheelhouse. Again, too many Katamari games to play already.
I was about to say it dropped down fairly decent. Last week I saw it and I'm like, okay, I'll jump.
Yeah.
This I had already had pre-ordered and was surprised when it came in. But the Digital Eclipse Rayman the 30th anniversary for PS5 here.
Can't believe Rayman's 30 years old.
Of course, with all of the extra behind the all the other goodies that were included with that.
Yep.
And last but certainly not least, and really the only game I've kind of put some time in this past week, Star Fox, the remake for
I need to hear Switch your impressions. 2. I got this too. I haven't played it yet though. I need to hear your impressions.
I've gone through the first 2 stages. of it.
Corneria
Man,
and
it's
what's the second stage? I should know this.
oh my gosh.
Corneria City. Boom, boom, boom.
I can't remember the
It's
name of
because
the
I
game.
said something.
The
Yeah.
other planet. But the playthrough, of course, the tutorial that
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty good, and all I'm enjoying the new cutscenes and everything. It definitely adds to everything. Kind of enforces the personalities of those characters. Um, this game just looks gorgeous. It's absolutely
Ooh.
it's absolutely beautiful.
Are you playing handheld or docked?
I started out docked, but when I went through the 2 stages, I was so
Okay.
and it looked good both ways.
Oh,
So,
so tempted. I need to get.
so yeah, of
I need
course,
some
I mean,
time.
I didn't spend a whole lot of time with. I mean, this game doesn't also take a lot of time to run through.
No, a run is like
But
maybe an hour, hour and a half, potentially. Doesn't take.
some
It's run
yeah,
based. You're meant to go through it multiple times and play different routes
yeah.
and such.
But the first time you go through it as well, you only have easy or normal difficulty available to you. You have to go through it, I guess, at least once to unlock the hard
Hard
difficulty.
mode. Okay.
So,
Hard mode.
and then at some point, I would love to jump into the online stuff as well and see
Yeah.
how that multiplayer works.
It supports game chat, right? Isn't this the one where your face can
Mhm.
be overlaid on a character?
any of the Star Fox characters. All of that's done in game. It's all done in game. So like
I know Cesar
from
picked
the
it up.
main menu, yeah, from the main menu you can go up and choose what you want um camera avatar to look like.
Beautiful. It's right there in the settings, huh?
Yep. So other than that, um I've been playing around, piddling around with I did say last week I was working on a PSP.
Yeah.
Um
Progress
the
update.
other day I got the part I needed, the new faceplate, because the old one had been cracked. Um got it in, went ahead and swapped it out. That's very, very easy.
How does that look with
Um
the brand new one?
oh, it looks great.
Yeah.
Looks absolutely great.
No dust
Like
behind it.
brand new.
Damn it. Where did you get
Yeah,
yours
I
from?
mean,
I'm tempted to go ahead and buy it now.
you could find them off eBay. They're not very expensive.
That's where you got yours?
Yeah. I do I accidentally I know I looked it up originally on Amazon, and I know for a fact I typed in like PSP 1000, but somehow the listing I got was for 3000, and I accidentally ordered a 3000 faceplate. So if you need a 3000, I've got one over here because I was like, I can return it, but really it wasn't that expensive. And I've always wondered about a 2000 or 3000. Like I could potentially pick up kind of a beat up one and just replace the faceplate. So
Let me get back to you on that very soon. I'll see which model it is.
but I was
It
about to
looks
say,
a
if you
little
need
rough.
it, it's yours.
Is it a black one?
Yeah.
I think my 3000 is a black one. I think my 2000 is a silver one. And
ooh, the silver.
I want to see the silver one is the one that looks a little rough. I need to fire up my PSP again. It's time.
So yeah, as I'm loading all of these other to this gentleman's PSP for him, I loaded him up pretty decently, and
Yeah.
there was still room to spare.
Okay.
I obviously, aged tech. If anybody hasn't seen the PSP, the main menu is just like a row of different icons that you can scroll back and forth through.
Cross media
So,
bar,
it was called the cross media bar, and
which is a
the settings are way
great
on
OS. It's awesome. I
the
love the
left
cross media
side.
bar.
You've got movies, music, extras, game, and then um your internet like settings, your account settings and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And basically you would scroll to whichever thing you'd want to be on. It would kind of emphasize that, and then it would have like subcategories underneath that, and you'd scroll down and you could see your game saves, your memory stick, and that. And if it was a disc-based console, if you had one of those, if you popped a UMD in there, the UMD would also pop up in that category and you could select that. But with it being older hardware, if you load up one with a big um, SD card and then load it up with games, when you
Mm-hmm.
click on your little game folder, it's going to take a minute to load that whole thing. So I actually found a piece of homebrew software that lets you create custom categories. So I was
Oh,
able to break up the games I picked out for him up into several, like, I don't know, I did like action and then RPG and racing and fighting games,
oh, that's
and just broke
great.
them down into categories.
And it's not loading
That
100;
way,
it's
oh
loading 4 sets
yeah,
of 25. Yeah, that's
yeah, that way
brilliant,
when he
actually.
goes into yeah, that way when he goes into and, like, goes through everything, it's snappy, it's quick, it loads, right, immediately, it's organized. So, I wound up putting him, Genesis emulator, SNES emulator, and GBA on there as well.
Damn,
Um,
kid it out.
and gave it to him Monday, and he has been nonstop the past few days just talk he's like, "Man, I can't say thank you enough, man. This is so great."
Sweet,
He's been going
sweet.
on about it, and he'll keep coming up to me, about like, "Oh yeah, I tried this game, and this game, and dude, it's so good, and I've never played this before." And um, it showed there was a Ghost Rider game because he's
Oh
really into
yeah.
superheroes. So
Okay.
I made sure any superhero games, X-Men games, all this stuff I found, I threw them on there. And he said something about the Ghost Rider game. I'm like, yeah, I didn't even know there was a Ghost Rider game. I saw it on there. I went ahead and I threw it on there before, and he pulled it up in front of me, and it's a God of War clone, and like
And
not in a bad way. It's
it's
like
60
it's a
frames per
solid
sec.
game.
It's 60 FPS on PSP. It's 30 on PS2,
Yeah.
which is
Oh
crazy.
my gosh.
I've never seen it in motion. It's been on my list for a
I
long
saw it in
time.
motion.
It looks good,
It
doesn't
looks
it?
good. It looks so good.
Straight God of
So
War.
that got me. I opened up my PSP Go last night, and there's like some plastic you got to trim off the back, and a little bit on the inside. But other than that, there's like a flexible ribbon cable you plug into that little external M2 card slot, and
Okay.
it just immediately goes. The ribbon cable goes to like a uh another slotted like an SD card thing, and then you fold it over, seal it back up, and format the memory stick, and you're good to go. So
Cool.
it's nice that the PSP Go's had 16 gigs of memory already internal, but I mean, especially if you're dealing with raw ISO files, it honestly filled up pretty quick.
Really fast. Yeah.
So yeah. So I did that and threw some games on there and was messing around with it. I booted up Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories.
That is an awesome game.
Uh, it is, and it runs so well. I mean, I was just
Yeah.
floored by it. I'm like, man, this back in the day was crazy to have basically a full GTA game on the go.
I got that
Um,
one. I got Liberty City Stories later. My girlfriend at the time bought me Vice City Stories the day it came out. And I having that handheld was just it's honestly it's still mind blowing, but at the
Crazy.
time it was especially like, oh my gosh, how are they doing this? Wizardry.
Right? What else did I play? I booted up Soul Calibur, because that one actually had Kratos in it.
Yep.
I didn't know. I played a little bit of Soul Calibur. Um, there was something else. I
Soul
booted up a couple
Calibur.
other things. Just looked at them, and oh, the Ratchet and Clank game on Size.
Size matters.
That's very good on there.
Mm-hmm.
I was very surprised by the Ratchet and Clank. I'm like, this is really no different than playing Ratchet and Clank on PS2. You know.
When Buish got
So
his, you got to talk to PSP with Buish. When he got his, he played through Daxter immediately. That was like a must play.
yes, I've heard Daxter's good.
I've always heard Killzone Liberation is really good. You and I have been kicking around Killzone for a couple weeks. I've always heard that one's good. It's like an isometric strategy style
I'm
game.
about to say I never tried it, but yeah, I know it was that top down, more strategy style. So,
man, what a library.
But yeah, I mean, just going through and like loading him up, I was just like, man, the PSP was just such a powerhouse and had a solid library of good games. So,
And they got the models got better and better, and the price got more and more affordable. You started to get more and more value out of them. You got a pack in, or you got a 2 gig card that came with it when it originally launched with like a 32 meg card.
Yep. I think the didn't the 1000 or not the 1000, the 2000 or the 3000, didn't it have like a gig of internal memory on it or something? I thought it already had some internal memory.
I don't think they do. I remember that era of like the super inexpensive Xbox and PS3 having like a 4 gig flash NAND or whatever it was on there just to get everything up and going. Maybe
I remember
you may be
it
right.
being a big deal when you could get I think the biggest card I had was like either a 2 or 4 gig card for that thing.
Oh, when they released, I was selling the PSP when it launched and everything. PSP versus DS was the big discussion, and DS had such a garbage launch with like Touch the Magic and Zookeeper and just these random things. And then you look at the PSP screen and everything, and it's so gorgeous. But those memory cards were like the 2 gig memory card was like $110 or something, and we had to scan
they were
it.
expensive.
It was on our inventory thing every single morning. You had to scan that thing and make sure that you had that quantity in there because it could, that little memory card Pro Duo.
Get up and walk away.
Oh, yeah. Slip in somebody's pocket and vanish. We had somebody, we called her the PSP lady, and she would come every single day looking for PSP stuff. And then all of a sudden there was PSP baby. I haven't told this in so long. This PSP lady that came looking for stuff all the time, and then PSP baby was on her hip, and she just had PSP baby with her. She would come look for new stuff.
Well, I mean, the proprietary optical media was odd, but at the time it was really cool being like, you can you've got your games and and they released movies or there were seasons of TV shows and stuff. We're seeing The Simpsons and Family Guy and
that's the
concerts and
Master Chief's elbow corner for the video listeners. That's the value pack, the launch value pack. $199.99.
Spider-Man?
Yep, Spider-Man 2 came with that.
Yep, Spider-Man 2 UMD.
32, you got a 32 meg card, you got that, and then they replaced it with Lords of Dogtown. It was like a skateboarding movie. But you also got with that one, I think you got a sample disc, like a sampler, maybe a music video, and
that is the one I have then.
Yep, that was the one that replaced the Spider-Man SKU. And I got this. Somebody traded that in, and my manager was like, wait till they trade it in, then you can buy it. And I'm like, really? I can't just get it? We got stuff off of people. That was the old EB days. But I played by the rules on that one, so because it was completely unused. It was brand new. It was somebody he knew. I could have gotten a better. I remember these transactions from 20 years ago, and I can't remember what I ate for lunch yesterday. My brain's a little backwards. You got me wanting to play that Ghost Rider game for PSP. Put that thing through its paces. I'm pretty sure if I remember right, PS2's 30 frames per second, and that PSP one is like highly optimized. It's 60 FPS on PSP.
Hell yeah,
It looked smooth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right on that one. Because as soon as you said it, I was like, oh, the PSP one's like the Lord's work on there. The God's work. How's that Ghost Rider movie? I haven't seen that in probably 20 years either.
I don't know. Nicolas Cage.
Is he playing Nicolas Cage in that?
I never watched it, honestly, back in the day.
Yeah. Climax made that. The people that make a bunch of racing games. Interesting.
It's an odd transition.
It is. Game sharing. Challenge up to 3 of your friends with multiplayer race mode. So 1 UMD disc and 3 PSPs, and you can play Ghost Rider multiplayer.
Ad hoc.
Hey man, it was a great feature.
Yeah.
I'll tell the story many times. When the DS Lite came out, we played ad hoc Mario Kart DS. Like 12 of us on launch night. So that was one of them. That was so much fun. Those were the good old days. That's it for you, Brant?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it for me. I don't think. Yeah, I've got nothing else over here.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.